with another video. Today we're going to be talking about African threading, and it's a way to basically stretch your hair without using heat. Of course you can use twists, braids, banding, and this is kind of on a sort of the lines of banding, but a little more extreme version of it, I guess. It involves thread. You can use thread that you use to install hair extensions or weave, whatever you can call it, or I've been using crochet thread. So I did a post about this about a couple weeks ago, just showing you all some pictures of how it turned out. So this is the thread of just one side of my head that I did, so you can see what it looks like. It's literally just threaded around your hair a million times until it follows the length of your hair. Alright, so first you are going to want to need thread, of course. I got this from, I want to say like Walmart or something, for not even $2. I think it was like $1.25 or something like that. But I got black just because my hair is black and I think it's weird to have a different color. But yeah, so get you some thread. Here's the thread that I've already cut, and depending on how long your hair is how much thread you'll need, obviously. But you completely underestimate how much thread you'll need. You think like, oh, I'm just gonna need a little bit. Nah, I don't know what happens. It gets like ate up in there or something, I don't know. But anyway, what I do is I double my thread. So instead of using one string of thread for my entire piece, I use two. So I just double it up, so it's just a loop with two strings, and mine is very, very, very long. And to get this piece going, like, this is how much thread I have. Like, I mean, it's still going. Like, there's more on the floor. Like, I have this much thread. I can't even show you all of it in this frame because there's just so much freaking thread. And so this is part of the reason why it takes a little longer for me, because my hair is so long. But if you have shorter hair, I mean, you can knock this out in like 5 minutes per little side once you get going. So it's really getting the hang of it. But like I said, it's a easy way to get that blowout look. I washed my hair. I usually wash my hair in two of these little buns here. One was on the other side. That's how I wash my hair, and then I put it up. Let's get started. It usually takes about 10 minutes per side. I use 4 sides. There's some people, if you have shorter hair, they use a lot of different sections. They'll use, you know, maybe 6 sections or 7. I just use 4. This is my hair damp type of thing going on there. So, no comb necessary. I literally just part a section like so. I always start with the back half because it's just easier to see than to have one of these hanging in front where you're trying to do the other part. So I use a paddle brush to detangle my hair. Not all the time, but a lot of times. Alrighty, so once you have your section nice and detangled, as you notice, I haven't used any product. You can use like a light styler if you want, but I just haven't done that. So you get your string all good, and you want to start not at the very, very base of your scalp, because it's going to be tight. The more you start wrapping around, you're going to end up having a headache, and you're going to be pulling from the back and pulling from up there, and you don't want breakage from this. So I would start probably about 1 inch, and you want to start in the middle of the section so that when you do it, it's not pulling too tight here or pulling too tight at the top. You want to start kind of in the middle of the section. So I'd say kind of like about there. So take my string, and you want it long enough where it can get around. So once it's gotten around and you kind of got a good hold of it, you want to just start wrapping. So it takes so long because, like I was saying earlier, pulling the string through takes forever. Once you go like this side, you want as much of your hair covered as possible. Like, you can see this top part is really, it's done well. Then it gets to this part where this hair is just out. I mean, not that that's bad, but you want as much of the surface of your hair covered as possible because that's what's going to help stretch it. So you want to have your thread land as closely as possible to one another without many gaps. Alright, so here you can see more of the actual surface area of it all being done. You can see where you wrap. You just kind of wrap right underneath that last one. And it's kind of hard to see because, again, my hair is dark and so is the string. But just wrapping right underneath that last one. And again, yeah, to help with the wrapping, once I get it over, I usually take my thumb and push it back. So that way I can just grab where my thumb is and keep going. So I'm getting down to the end. There's not much hair left. Like, I can barely show you a piece of hair there. So I'm getting down to the end and I'm still wrapping. So I get to that nothing there. And then some people tie their strings at the end. See, like literally that's all that's left. Some people tie their strings at the end. I don't, just because it just makes it easier when I'm unraveling it. I just want to pull that string off and it be there. So I usually start twisting back up. So just bring the string back up and it is wrapping around the rest of the hair that you just threaded. String. Alright, so I'm working on the last piece, and as you can tell, I have this much hair left and this much string, which is not enough. So, like I was saying before, we are going to have to tie on another piece of string. So this is the string that I have left over from the back. So I'm just going to tie this on. Like, you literally just make a knot. The good part about this is you can reuse string. Like, once you take it out, save it. So I've attached more so you can see how this is going, and you can wrapping. You want your ends to be wrapped because that's going to give you that length to show off. You don't want your ends to be puffy and the rest of it to be stretched out. If you all have any questions about this technique, please email me, ClassyCurlies@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram at ClassyCurlies, Twitter at ClassyCurlies, Facebook at ClassyCurlies, and I'll post pictures of this, the outcome of everything, and kind of how I start to style from there. So again, thanks for watching.